What's up, YouTube? Today, we're going to show you guys how to sell on eBay. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. For those of you who know the channel, welcome back. My name's Mike. Logan's normally with me. Tonight, she's at the gym doing yoga, and I'm avoiding it. So I'm making a video. Justified. Let's get into it. Step 1, find a cool item to sell. We go to Google almost daily, and I found this really cool camera sitting up on the shelf in the electronics section. I don't know much about cameras. I know I like the way they look. They're aesthetically pleasing, and we decorate a lot with them. Our living room's got an entire shelf full of cameras. So I picked this thing up because it was interesting looking. It's a Nikon Light Touch autofocus panorama. It worked, which was cool. I didn't expect that. Check it out. What? Works. Pretty awesome. So I opened it up, checked out the batteries, made sure that there was no corrosion on it or anything. Everything looked in good shape. And then I looked up comps. So now I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. All right, so you're going to go into your eBay app. You're going to be looking up the title of what the object is that you're trying to find the comps on. And so in this case, it's the camera. So scrolling through, trying to find that exact type of camera, that model. There's one right there. It says fully working for 140. By now you should have found several of them. This is not a good sell-through rate when you can't find an item listed enough. But normally what I like to do, there's a second one right there. Normally what I like to do is go straight to clicking on the filter if I can't find anything right as fast. It's in the top right, and then scroll down and select sold items and completed items. And then you're gonna see what actually did sell and for how much and on what day. So there's 2 there. And you gotta make sure you're looking at the title because it'll say, read description, this is broken, we're selling for parts, as is, all that kind of stuff. That'll give you a good idea whether or not those prices are accurate, if you should buy the item, if you think it's going to be enough profit. These look great. I saw this and I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to pick this up because I ended up getting this camera for about $5. So I figured I could probably list it for around 125. It's working. It's in great shape. And they don't seem that easy to find. All right. So after you've decided to purchase the item, you take it home and you clean it with this. It's Magic Eraser or whatever else you want to clean with, but this is actual magic and it's awesome. Mr. Clean really works. It cleans off scuffs of everything. I mean, shoes, it cleaned the scuffs off of this and it looks brand new now, so that's pretty sweet. Once you got your item cleaned, you want to take pictures. And so this right here is our little photography booth. And it's just craft paper. I had some old threaded rod that I ran through some pieces of cardboard on an old card table. So really primitive with 2 lamps stuck to it. And it works for us for right now. We're just starting out. You don't need anything crazy. All those box lights and halo lights, those are cool. But we'll get to those when we can afford them, really. I usually just take all the pictures of all the items. Like when I'm getting ready to go to bed, I list all my items. So this is how we do that. So you're going to want to describe your item by either typing your title out, or what we like to do is we'll go in and copy the other title from the most recent sale of that item, just because it might have better keywords than I can find or that I can think of at the moment. And then I can go back later and edit it, make it more my own. I never really like to do a template. Like it'll tell you that you guys, okay, here, you've used this person's title or one just like it. You're selling a similar item. Do you want to use this person's listing as a template? We don't like to do that because that could end up causing some issues if they filled something out wrong. And then you just don't want to have someone contact you later and say, this is not as described, I want to return it. And even if you don't accept returns, if it's not as described, eBay will take the side of the buyer and you'll have to take the item back. So you don't want that to happen. So just make sure you go over everything. If you do use them as a template, scroll through and make sure everything is accurate to the item that you're selling. Go ahead and type in your title or copy and paste it. And there's where it's doing that. It's asking if you want to use it as a template. Definitely always put something as used. If it's used, don't make that inaccurate. So then you want to go ahead and select your photos as the first option in your listing. So you're going to add all your photos from your photo library. Once those are loaded up, hit done, get out of that right away. And then I'll start to work on the next section, which is your title. I'll go back in and edit the title further. That's my cat. He wants to come in the office, but he can't. All right, so next thing is your categories. You want to make sure that that's correct. And then item specifics. You want to try to fill in as much as you can of the item specifics. The type, the brand. You know, with this kind of stuff, with cameras, if you don't know a lot about it, do your research. It's going to help you in the end. So I did a little bit of research. I went in and looked at the background of the camera, learned a little bit about it. Okay, so after your item specifics, you're going to go into your description. And here's where you're going to want to describe the item as best as you possibly can. Like we said before, do your research. Make sure you list every tiny little flaw about this item, any scratches, breaks, cracks, holes, stains, tears, any of that kind of stuff. If it's clothing, always describe your item best of your ability. Describe how you're going to ship it. If it's returns, no returns. You want to make sure you let the customer know everything possible. I always like to add to look at the photos. So that way, even if my description somehow fails them, they also can see visually with their own eyes what would be wrong with the item, or you know, whether or not I usually take photos with a measuring tape as well. That way they can see if they have a measuring tape at home. If some sizes on clothing are different or wrong, they can just measure across, you know, armpit to armpit, collar to bottom, all that deal, and make sure that whatever the item is they're buying is something that they're going to want and it's going to work for them. So just always be very descriptive in that section there. Following that, you're going to go into pricing. You're going to choose whether or not you're going to auction it off or you're going to sell it, buy it now. We always do buy it now. Once you've selected buy it now, it's going to pop up if there's a lot of that item. Just make sure you're looking at exactly what is written, because a lot of times it'll pop up with something that's not related to your item at all, and it gives you an inaccurate price. So we usually go back, like in the beginning when we're doing comps, and I copy and paste price, or I remember what the price of it was listed as in the market. So and then right here, you're going to go ahead and set your minimum if you want to take offers. I always take offers. You can type in 0 or anything, any number below the price that you've set. That way I can, you know, haggle back and forth with people, and I have more sales that way. So it's just something that works for us. Now on to your next step is going to be shipping. So when you want to choose, you want to go into package details, type in the item's weight. We have a little scale. Usually what we do is we weigh it and measure it beforehand so we get an idea while we're listing what that item is. After that, you're going to go in and choose, you know, how you're going to ship it. Anything normally over a pound, we ship priority mail. Anything under a pound is first class. And then we always use global shipping as well. We're always participating in the global shipping program. We would ship domestically to, I'm not sure what state, I think it's Kentucky, is where their headquarters are at. And then they take the item from you, and then they open it, make sure everything's in it, they reseal it, repackage it, and then they'll ship it off overseas to whoever or wherever it's going. Once it gets to them, your job's done. So that's pretty cool. It's going to open up way more sales for you if you do global shipping. Once you put in all your information as far as how big the item is, how much it weighs, and then how you're going to ship it, it'll give you a price, calculated shipping. So you can either choose that the buyer is going to pay that, or you can offer free shipping, which is what you're going to pay out of pocket, or you can set an actual price, a flat rate that you're going to come up with, and that's all in the selection there. After you're done with your shipping, at the very bottom of your listing summary, you're going to see the payment method, handling time, and item location, require immediate pay, and accept returns. There's 2 little switches at the bottom. You just click anywhere in that area and it'll bring up this window. And then you can go ahead and we always switch on require immediate pay, which really just means that the customer can pay you within 48 hours. It's not absolute immediate, but majority of the time people pay as soon as they end up buying your item from you. We don't accept returns, so I never end up selecting that switch. Not right now anyway, but we will get to that point at some time, I'm sure. We also like to select 1-day handling time because really it just takes, the next morning. I can usually pack up something that night and bring it to the post office the next morning. So that always works out. It also helps with ranking and having your item show up to more people. So after you're done selecting everything, getting your description, your pricing, your delivery, writing down your description, editing your title, got all your pictures in a way that you want to see them show up. I usually go up and down a couple more times to make sure everything's absolutely correct. And then on my screen, you're seeing revise it because I've already listed this item and I'm going back and just editing for purposes of teaching you guys what to do. But yours will say list item. So once you click list item, it's going to load up. You're going to see that. And it's going to ask you to turn on easy payments. Easy pricing. I never do that. I always say, just click maybe next time. And then you're successful. You're done. You've listed an item and now you just wait. And hopefully someone will be interested in it. Once they watch it, you can actually send them an offer and then you start the process of selling it to them, shipping it and all that good stuff. That's it. That's how we list items, from getting the item in the store, searching for comps, making sure that something that's going to be a good purchase, taking it home, cleaning it, taking pictures, listing the item online, and then hopefully selling it. All right, everybody. I hope this video is helpful and it helps inspire everybody out there who wants to get started on eBay. It is not hard. It's a lot of fun, especially when you start to make sales and see that money coming in. It's a great feeling. So if you have any questions, comment down at the bottom and I'll answer for you guys to the best of my ability. Like, subscribe, and share. Please help us grow our channel. We love doing this. It's a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.